made it to my pick of the week video for this week, and believe me, this choice surprised me as much as you are probably surprised that I've made it my pick of the week. You can already see from the title, it is Grant Morrison's A Multiversity Guidebook. And when I first heard that this was going to be a guidebook, I did think this was just going to be those kind of encyclopedic type affairs where it was just going to be kind of a picture and describing, you know, certain things. It was going to be text heavy. However, I was ridiculously surprised and thoroughly excited at what I found when I turned over the pages. Let's get the price point out of the way first. Yes, this is an $8 book, $7.99, but it is huge. There is a ton of stuff to sink your teeth into here. If you can afford it, buy it. If you can't, don't. That's just the end result of it, really. They could have made this, yes, into, say, a 4-issue miniseries, but then you would have had people complaining, oh, he's stretching it out, all these spin-off books. So get it all in one. It would have probably cost more if they'd like split this into 4 sections. So in that, it's still a great deal. Now, while I'm not 100% behind kind of the metatextual aspect of the multiversity, the whole comic books in each universe that tell the tales of superheroes in other universes, if it brings out, 1, a Kamandi story, 2, features so many Kirby creations, including the New Gods and OMAC, I'm on board. It's Grant Morrison. You have got to take this as part of the deal, that there are going to be layers upon layers of storylines that, you know, for the most part, and I include myself in this too, you're just not going to get unless someone much more knowledgeable tells you. However, one of the things this book does, and for any new reader that is confused about this whole kind of multiversity, multi-universe that DC has had for decades and decades, Grant Morrison amazingly, succinctly gives you the history of these multiple universes in 4 pages. And it makes sense. And yet it's taken like so many writers, so many artists, so many creators, issue upon issue upon issue, to tell all the stories and give you the history that Grant Morrison did in like 4 pages. I was amazed by that. I was surprised. I was grinning from ear to ear that it could be done so easily and so reader friendly. Of course, we have the big stock of this book is, yes, this kind of encyclopedic version showing all the 52 universes, except for 7 that are these hidden planets, and I'm sure they're going to come into play at some point before this series ends. Oh God, there are so many great artists showing off kind of the different versions of the superheroes or supervillains that reside in all these planets. And I'm sure everyone who has picked up this has their favourites. Everyone is going to be saying, my God, I wish I could read a comic book with these characters in them. I have my favourites in here. I'd love to hear what yours are. There are so many great potential worlds that we can kind of dive into, that creators can sink their teeth into. Whether, you know, this whole convergence event ruins all this, I don't know. My one and only concern about this happens towards the end of this, and it is kind of a giant hand that comes out talking about resets, talking about I'm going to kill you time over and over again. If Morrison pulls out another kind of Animal Man breaking the fourth wall, I will be incredibly disappointed, because you have used that idea already. It worked well then, but you've done it. Don't do it again. But apart from that, Multiversity Guidebook, pick of the week.